Today we're going to talk about what a line is, what a line segment is, and what a ray is, now that we're jumping into geometry. Now we're going to start with a line. It sounds pretty basic to say, but we're going to start off with this idea of what is a line. With a number line, we know that it can go on and on and on and on and on forever. So we make these two little arrows. I'm going to make this, I'm doing by freehand, so it might take me a second. And you have two arrows on either side. That means by putting these arrows that my line can go on forever and ever and ever. It's essentially saying, even though I stop it here, this arrow says you go on forever. Now, within that line, I'm going to make two small dots. And I'm going to name those dots A and B. I'm now looking at the space between A and B. And that is my line, is line AB. So if I were to write this out, someone said, hey, please write out the line AB, I would first write my AB together, and then I would make a small line with my arrows on either side. That's how you would write this out. Now, jumping to the next one, a line segment is a little bit different. Instead of these arrows over here, we are now going to start with those little dots. And then a line, and then a little dot. It looks just like these two, but we just don't have the arrows on the end. So that means that this doesn't go on forever and ever and ever. These dots tell me that because I don't have any arrows. So let's make this one C and D. This is line segment C and D. We're looking for the space between C and D. Now, if I were to go ahead and try to write that out as a line segment, it would look like this. I would draw my C, I would draw my D, and I'd make one line above it, just like the line up here. Notice there's no arrows like this one. It's just a basic line as a line segment, one that stops. Now, let's go to the last one. This is a ray. The ray is a little bit different. It kind of has both a line and a line segment inside of it. Now, for this one, I can actually use my arrow. So I'm going to use this guy, so I'm not free drawing it. And on the end of this side, I'm going to make myself, oops, I got to get out of that. I'm going to make myself a little dot in the corner. So notice a ray has a dot, kind of like we have in a line segment, but it also has one arrow. Now this arrow can really go either way. It could go this way if I wanted it to, with the dot taking place on the end, but in this case I'm going to focus on this one. Now, just like before, I'm going to put that little segment in here. I'm going to call my ray, let's say EF. And once again, I'm looking at the space between E and F. For drawing that, I would have to say that EF with an arrow pointing one way. As we talked about before, if this arrow was, let's say, going this way, and it was EF with those dots, you would actually write it out as EF going the other way. So think about this. We talked about what a ray is, and that's right here. We talked about what a line segment is, and that's right down here. And we talked about what a line is. The best thing to remember is a line segment doesn't have those arrows anywhere. A line is going to have arrows on either side. And finally, a ray is kind of in the middle.